Good afternoon, everybody. I think after lunch, I'm trying to put together something in front of you. This is Krishna Lakamsani, and I had founded iPayTech India Private Limited. So today we are all sitting here to discuss about payments and how payments are evolving over the time. What's the future steps of payments it can take, or future forms of payments it can take. So the history is, it started with whatever, your barter system or whatever. Now we are building something very unique methods across the world, not just India alone. Payments are moving from physical cash to digital currencies. And that's in India especially, that is little far, but still we see some regulations which are hindering the growth. Okay, for example, right now we have banking systems which are there, and credit cards. On top of it, recently they came with the mobile wallets. But the mobile wallets is, people are not using mobile wallets, in my view, are not interested to use or keep the money, because in India, there is not such a lavishness cash which you can keep in somewhere to think about spending later. Okay, so if you load some money into the mobile wallet and that money is stuck unless you use it for future. So we believed in different ways. So people in India pay when they wanted to pay. If they have a bank account they can use, and other than that they can use the cash. So whenever they wanted to pay, they can take immediately and pay. But in the wallet system, right now wallets, what they're happening is, you keep money there and you think about spending that money over the time, whichever merchants accept that wallet. So that is actually, not many people have a lavishness to keep such kind of cash, thinking about our future spend. So that is the reason why wallet companies are not so successful as of now, and in my view. But when the payment banks come, the RBI is releasing a payment banks licenses. All these wallet companies can become a payment banks that is equivalent to another bank account. When this bank account, basically one can keep money because it's equivalent to bank account, it can earn interest, and that improves the way of paying. Okay, to the other side of the world, people are already accepting a new digital currency. That's called Bitcoins. I'm sure everyone knows that. Okay, Bitcoins is a separate digital currency which just popped up a couple of years back, and it is catching up. International currency that is also working good. So we looked at iPay, we looked at it in a different angle, especially designed something for consumer. So what iPay does is, we actually, iPay is nothing to do, the name with what we do. We have a brand called Dukanline. Dukanline is something called Dukan Online. We bring e-commerce. We looked at e-commerce industry and try to create assisted model through Kiranas. Today, 39 million to 40 million people transacting online, buying online through e-commerce. But the way we looked at is, we wanted to bring e-commerce to everyone in India. That's at the corner store. So we have created the kiosk and installed the kiosk at the local Kirana store. The customers can walk into the Kirana store and buy and pay right there in the cash. So this is the model which we adopted, because still we believe 94%, the statistics also shows that 94% of Indians prefer paying cash. Reason is, it's a chicken and egg story. Okay, if you observe yourself, your salaries or your salaries come into the bank account in the digital format. You literally withdraw money at ATM, what Shashank also going to talk about, ATM to convert that money into cash. Again, you spend the cash. So this is basically chicken and egg story. Both should evolve together. Then I think it makes sense. Until then, we have to bridge such kind of hybrid methods where customer would pay locally. And so we actually designing a solution which any e-commerce company can accept cash locally. So it's, whenever a customer checking out, there are debit card, credit card, and iPay nearby. This is a concept called, which we are introducing, iPay nearby. So there is an option called iPay nearby, where a customer chooses to pay and he enters the mobile number. Customer receives a token. This token is linked with this particular website and that particular order. Now you walk into any store, which is basically where you recharge. Just give this token number and give money, and this money should be passed back to the merchant. And you also get a message saying that your order is paid, and merchant knows that your order is paid and he will ship the product. So basically in US there is a concept called PayPal. I'm sure most of you guys know. We are trying to bring PayPal at the cash level at the nearby local retailers. That is one of our invention what we are going to do, and we haven't started yet, but along with the Dukaan line. I think that I will leave it to Shashank to take it forward and discuss how his views are towards a payment mechanism, because he holds RBI license, and actually he has a mobile wallet license, and he has many retailers across India who is actually using those wallets. So, Shashank, please take it forward.
Hello, my name is Shashank Joshi. I represent a company called Money on Mobile, which I founded 5 years back. And the journey for 5 years has been fantastic. We've grown to over 250,000 points of presence, mom and pop retail outlets in the country. I actually set out on a journey, and I think we are getting closer to what I wanted to achieve. We wanted to achieve a digital revolution in payments, and I see it happening in the near future now. So the presentation or the talk could be in 2 words: that what is the future of payments in India? Money on mobile. So on the payments, there are a couple of challenges. So let me take you back to the credit card days. When the credit card was launched, there is a chicken and egg story which says that, do you board the merchants first or do you get the consumers first? So Krishna here spoke about converting digital to cash currency, and we specialize in converting cash to digital currency. So the acceptability is not there. It's extremely poor in India, and that is the reason why mobile money is not being accepted. You cannot go to a local kirana store or a bakery and pay from your phone and walk out right now. But we are pursuing a dream that if you buy bread, milk and eggs and walk out of the store, you should be able to pay from your mobile phone. So acceptability is one part which is very, very critical in the mobile money revolution. Now, with that comes the issuance. So issuance in the mobile money sector can only happen if the source of funds, your source of funds, come to the wallet. So let's say your paycheck or any kind of benefits or government subsidies, whatever is there, if it comes directly to your mobile phone, you are encouraged to use the mobile wallet. And I think mobile has become a ubiquitous device in the last 7 years, and everyone carries one, cannot live without one. So the payments will come to the mobile phone. You use your bank from the mobile phone, you use a mobile wallet, or you use any kind of instrument, it will come to the mobile phone. So I think the future of payments is going to be your mobile phone.
In Africa, if you know, in Africa, these people are using mobile talk time as a payment. Okay, those kind of technologies are there in India too. Only that the legal framework which is established by government, RBI, is not making that forward. I strongly feel that if you push it also, the people should be able to use it. To use it, consumer should get a benefit out of it. So I think to get a benefit, when people has to encourage, and they should, okay, now let me put it a simple example. If you buy online today, for some reason you wanted to refund this order or return this order, okay, you paid using your credit card or debit card or net banking. How many days you think it will take that money coming back to you? Okay, so why one consumer has to wait a week or 10 days to hit that money back into your account? I think these are the things which are actually happening, which are not pushing customer to use payments such as digital payments, and because he's unsecure about it. If such kind of, in United States, if you call the bank, next day your money is in your bank account, no matter what, it's a Visa or a MasterCard. Okay, this is very important. At the same time, RBI is restricted wallets. If you put money, you can put cash in the wallet. Okay, you can't withdraw cash out of the wallet, which is something, that's something not right. So it's your money, you should use how you want to use. Okay, you can only withdraw this money into your bank account, then withdraw from the ATM does not make sense. And this kind of regulations, until unless this kind of regulations are addressed, and mobile money or mobile payments or wallet payments would take into good shape. In my view, if I can see, if you look at Dukaan line, if a customer is buying at a local Kirana store, for example, if he wanted to return a product, he just go to Kirana store and give the product and he should get the money immediately. So we actually work towards that. We give them, because we don't work with a wallet. The reason why we did not go to wallet is these are the concerns. And that doesn't create a value for our customers. That is what my perception is. While Shashank may argue with other side, Shashank argues maybe saying that yes, not today, maybe over next year, next 2 years, everyone will come on there. But for government framework should allow that consumer to adopt it. Then only this will work. I think payment bank licenses, which he already applied, what he said. Yeah, go ahead, take it.
So I have a little different view on that. He said that there is a Reserve Bank of India regulation that cash out is not allowed. I think, according to me, that is a paradigm. If the acceptability of mobile money goes up, there is no need for cash out. If mobile money is accepted everywhere, to buy your bus ticket, to pay for your medicines, to pay for your grocery, pay for your laundry, everywhere money mobile money is accepted, I think you don't need a cash out. But cash out is the one which is typically spoken about more in all kind of panels that I have been, and according to me, cash out is just a paradigm.
I think, in my view, you are restricting your, see, if I'm a customer, if I'm putting 5,000 rupees in a wallet, tomorrow if I need that money, I should be utilizing that money by cash. Otherwise, you are stopping the consumer to adopt it by putting so many rules. That is the reason consumer is not taking it in a way to look at, right? Anyhow, yeah.
I think eventually what is happening is, if you look at the way India has taken technology forward, we tend to take a leap further to what West has done. So we generally take out, in payment method. I think all of us would agree that there are just 1.8 crore credit cards that have been issued so far. So acceptability of credit card amongst Indians is not so high, and hence India is going to take a leap forward and probably move on to mobile money or other kind of currency or digital currencies that options are available. And these are disruptive times, so government might come and say something, but in any case there are a lot of other things that are happening, and I think what we are talking about here is very relevant, and Krishna touched the right threads about government regulations and things like that. I think we are evolving very quickly in terms of payments as well as the way we conduct business today.
So let me address a couple of things. So he talked about 1.8 crore credit cards being issued in India. Now, our pitch to the e-commerce guys or the e-tailers, okay, has been that they need to adapt and move out of the COD model, or even keep the COD model, but they should look at alternate form of payment. Why? Because if you have, how many of you have done shopping online? Yeah, I can see a few. Yeah, oh, more than a few. Okay. So when you have been doing shopping online, and if you select the COD option, all the popular websites, at least that I know of, ask you to enter your PIN code and verify whether COD is available in that area or not. Okay. Apparently, COD is available in only 30% of PIN codes in India. The balance 70% are no COD kind of PIN codes. But the penetration of TV is about 80% in India, and there is a huge number of people that is seeing all these e-tailers on the TV, right? But they cannot interact with the system because there is no mobile mobile payment gateway that is tagged onto the e-tailer. So we have been pushing the e-tailer to accept mobile money. That is another form of growing acceptance, because the e-commerce is nowadays a very popular kind of transaction in India. Yeah. So the second issue, he talked about regulation and payment bank and stuff like that. Now, if we convert to a bank, great, there is no doubt, but there is a system available for cash out even right now. If the money is loaded on the wallet, the cash out is not available at a retail touch point. You cannot just go into a retailer and say that I have 5,000 on a wallet, give me cash. But the RBI has put in a regulation wherein the money goes from a consumer account to a bank account. So if I have 5,000 rupees loaded on my wallet, I can transfer the same 5,000 to my own bank account and then take the cash out. So it's not like a zero cash out, but it is no cash out at the retail end.
So this is very interesting, and you know how e-commerce companies can accept cash, but again it goes back. Yeah.
I have a stall outside, okay, and I had put up a poster yesterday. We accept cash for your online business. Somebody overnight stole the two posters. My vice president outside is telling me these posters are worth 40 rupees, but I don't know why they stole it.
Okay. So I think, you know, Indian consumer is very interesting, and he's a value seeker, and he wanted to pay when he sees something on the other hand. And he actually wanted to create trust or get a trust, and that before he pays. And we, you know, so we believe in creating at Taipei, we believe in creating that trust. Only consumer should pay. In my view, consumer should pay when he decided to pay and what it is for, if he knows. That minute he can pay. Let's assume that if you are trying to buy X item, you're ready to pay. So interestingly, we have acquired 2.2 million customers across 390 pin codes with the 3,000 retailers. Not a single e-commerce order is sold online. It is sold at Kirana store. By the way, every order is prepaid with cash. So believe it or not, this Kirana store is selling today a washing machine with a worth of 8,000 rupees, or a Samsung Galaxy phone which is a 65,000 rupees. People come to this Kirana store and pay cash upfront for the order and wait for the delivery. So what I am trying to address about the payment is, you know, payment is all about not storing money somewhere to decide where to spend later. People are ready to take the leap when they are ready to spend, they are ready to pay right there, is way we are looking at. So that's where I am talking about a PayPal, offline PayPal, any e-commerce company can integrate. So instead of cash on delivery, it's a cash before delivery. Cash before, instantaneous. It is basically, you know, as a customer, I don't need to store my money somewhere and decide where I'm going to spend later. So right now I have this particular order to be paid to X website. This particular coupon can just go to any nearest outlet, give the coupon, and automatically everything is settled. Okay, so that is, we carry different perspective on a payment solutions which are offered in India or which are offered outside, but to give a perspective to everyone has their own view with respect. And that we may end this conversation here. Thank you.